The pain slowly teaches you to change how you walk.
Where did you cultivate and foster this will to take action?
Everything can always be better. What do you got, man?
Okay, I've been burning with this question.
Okay,
for you.
oh yes, I love it.
You
Let's
were-
go. Burning question.
You were explaining those shoes to me in
Oh,
New
okay,
York.
okay.
You're supposed to walk flat-footed.
Okay.
And
This is the
I have
question, okay?
I have a knee problem with
Ooh.
I have no cartilage in my left
Okay,
knee, so
okay.
whenever I walk long distances, and I
Yeah.
love to do my 10,000 steps, my 20,000
Yeah,
steps.
yeah.
So sometimes my knee and hip give out
Okay.
before I can finish.
Okay.
So if I tried flat-footed shoes,
Yeah.
what would happen to my leg, specifically my knee and hip?
I don't know all the science behind it,
Right.
but I can tell you in my 20s, I was going to the chiropractor every week.
Yeah.
And my knees were messed up. I had to always like rub my knees to warm them up.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like they would hurt, and I would sit here and rub them so that I could then just normally function. I had lower back pain that was killer. And so I was going to the chiropractor every week, and then he gave me these custom orthotics. We tried like the Dr. Scholl's, whatever, and then custom orthotics that cost a lot. Put them in my boots, shoes, everything, and still like every week I had to go to the chiropractor.
Still pain.
And then I forget how I found out about, it started with a stand-up desk. I tried it as an experiment, and I did it for 2 hours, and I was tired. It's hard to stand up all day when you're not used to it. And then I slowly got used to it and did stand-up desk. And then that really started helping me a little bit instead of sitting, because at least when I sit, maybe don't have the greatest posture, and I'm sitting like this all day. No. I look what? You lean forward a lot. I lean forward a lot. Or you're typing, I don't know. And then I like being barefoot. This is how it started, I think. I was barefoot at the office, and I had marble floors, and it was cold, and I liked the cold.
Right.
It just kept me more awake. And then I found out about the five-toe shoes, which were flat shoes, from Tim Ferriss, who was talking about this runner, there was a long-distance runner who ran with flat-toe shoes, flat shoes. And so I found a spot in like Philadelphia or something, I forget where, and like bought these shoes. And they take a while to get used to because it changes how you walk. And once I got used to them, it was awesome. It hurt, so you can only go for an hour walk, and then your heel's gonna hurt.
Oh, no way.
It's gonna hurt. Yeah, it's gonna be brutal. But then you still, because you're walking incorrectly. Because normally you go heel, toe, heel, toe, and that works because you've got cushioning on your heel in regular shoes. But when you do it when you don't have any cushioning, your heel's taking the impact.
Right.
So it'll start to hurt, right? Mine didn't blister or anything, but it just was hurting, so you sit down, right? But the pain slowly teaches you to change how you walk.
Really?
And so then, Nina, how long has it been I've had flat toe, flat feet, flat shoes?
I know you.
Really? Yeah, it's like, it's been a long time.
Really?
So this is the next evolution of it, where they're not the five-toe shoes anymore. You can still get those. And I think there's other flat options, but it's the most comfortable shoes. They're not great for like running on rocks or something, because
Right.
there's no sole. So once you get used to it, Nina got a pair when we were going through Europe. When I travel, it's all I wear. So I don't know. I mean, that fixed my knee problems. That combined with the stand-up desk fixed my knee problems, fixed my back problems for the most part. Never I don't know when the last time I went to a chiropractor. Don't wear any insoles. It's fantastic. But there's a transition period. I had knee issues, but it might not be the same as your cartilage issues. I would play with it and see.
Yeah, I was really thinking about after our trip to New York and wondering, should I talk to a chiropractor or should I talk to my family physician, if I should change my shoes? And
they don't
try it
even
out.
know.
Yeah,
I think
wouldn't.
most chiropractors would tell you get insoles, and maybe
part of business.
try it and work.
Yeah.
And they sell it obviously too. I would try being barefoot. Like, are there days where you're home all day?
Yeah, I always wear slippers. Like I'm
Slippers
a
are the worst for you.
Really?
Yeah, it's so bad.
That's
for you.
that's what I
Slippers are
grew
the
up on.
worst. Yeah,
I
no,
grew up on
slippers are-
slippers.
Try going, like if you're home for a Saturday, Sunday all
Yeah.
day, try going barefoot or
Yeah.
socks.
Socks.
Same thing.
See how it feels.
All day, and see how it, because it's the same thing. You're walking barefoot,
Right.
and see how it makes
You could try
your
that out
heel
someday, yeah.
should start to hurt, but see how your knee feels.
Yeah, because I've had this since I was cleared from the cancer and the paralysis.
Yeah.
Since 2010, I was walking again.
Yeah.
And I've always tried to challenge the mobility. At least don't just be lazy and sit, because if I keep moving, at least I have mobility. And until like I can't walk anymore, I'm gonna walk.
Yeah.
Because that's the only modality that at least keeps my blood flowing. And I managed to hit 10,000 steps last summer, or 2 summers ago. So that was a huge win for me. And then when I was in Japan, I thought, well, if I can do 10,000, let's do 20,000. So now I'm at a comfortable level where I can do 10,000 in the morning, 10,000 at night, and meet my medium. But the pain still hurts. Every fall, I'm dreading the feeling when it transitions. The pain comes back. And it's so familiar with me that I kind of know when the seasons change because of my body pain. So now it's not about challenging the pain anymore. It's trying to, how can I mitigate it?
Yeah.
I used to use Sue Fitzman's melt method, and that helped for a while. And I shared it with everyone, but now I'm looking for another step to help me.
I mean, worth a shot?
Yeah, it's worth a shot.
The other thing that I do more recently, maybe the past 2 years, is I stand on a trampoline all day. Yeah. So I have a stand-up desk, but I'm on a trampoline. A mini rebounder, just like this big, and all day long, that's what I'm on. When you're on a trampoline, you just want to bounce. Like, I'm not jumping and going crazy. I got a microphone above my head normally, so I can't do that either, but I'm just moving naturally. Like, you want to hop a little bit.
And you've been doing the trampoline for how long? Since the chronic pain started?
No, trampoline is newer.
That's
I don't
new.
know, 2 years, a year, Nina? 3 years? All right.
Yeah. What about?
Still newer.
How about, because you still salsa dance every now and then. Oh, you do the salsa and bachata. How does that affect your knees and back? Does the pain come back? Does it?
No, not really.
No.
I mean, the dance shoes that I have are also flat.
Right.
But when you're used to walking flat, you could wear shoes for a couple hours and it's not going to destroy you.
Yeah.
You just use it's like if you're almost always healthy and you eat a chocolate bar, you're not going to gain 100 pounds, right?
Yeah. Because all these exercises with Alex, with the bachata and the salsa, it really pushed my knee. But I was having so much fun. I was enjoying it. I started looking on YouTube, like beginner steps for bachata and salsa. at least do it at home, so I don't forget the skill.
Yeah, that's
because
cool.
After I was still paralyzed, and I went to a speech for Relay for Life to go present there. They had a Zumba exhibition and a tango exhibition where they taught us all how to Zumba and tango. And,
Zumba's a little intense.
Yeah, it was intense. I did it
fast.
though.
Yeah.
I kept up with it. I had so much fun. I screwed up, but
it
was about the joy of movement. So those moments really taught me that even despite the pain, despite the consistent and concurrent pain, there are ways that can help the mind and body focus on moving, keeping active, not worrying so much about the pain, but focus on the action, on the task at hand, and giving us that sense of accomplishment to keep doing what we need to do or what we can do or what we want to do. So what I'm really trying to get at is, despite the pain in life, despite the pain in struggle, there are methods to move forward and take action.
Yeah, and that's one, and explore it, and there's probably a whole bunch more. Honestly, like if I wore shoes with crazy, like I forget how to walk the other way. when I have to demo it, it's like, did you do it? It's like this. Like I'm just so used to. I don't remember the last time I wore flat shoes. But even then, I probably still walk flat. I don't know. You just get used to it. You just rewire your mechanics. And a lot of times it's just the mechanics that could be wrong. Now, again, I don't know if it solves your knee issue, but it really helped mine.
Worth a shot, yeah. And was it just sort of an idea that you took, like, I'm going to try this new one, or was it a suggestion? You just found the company that did it?
Again, like the stand-up desk, I love going idea to action, right?
Idea to action.
I found out about stand-up desk, like I want to try it, and so I didn't just go buy a stand-up desk. I had a bookshelf that I cleared off the books from, and I just put my laptop on it, and I just worked on that for 2 weeks just to see if I liked it. And at the beginning, again, like 1-2 hours, and I'd be tired, so I had to sit down. But then I got used to it. I was like, okay, I could do this. And then I went out and bought a stand-up desk. The shoes I just thought was cool because I like being barefoot at the office because it kept my feet cool and my body cool. It's like, oh, you can do this outside. I got to go to give it a shot. And it worked. And I was tired of having to have orthotics and back adjustments every week. And I'm like, I'm in my 20s, dude. What's going to happen when I'm 80? You know, like this shouldn't be happening. So anyway, yeah, and just now I'm 39 and I feel better than when I was, 22. At least for that. There's other things that are worse, but at least for my knees and my back, it's better than when I was 22. Yeah.
I'm just really curious over all of this because you have this driven mindset to always take action. And I had to learn it the hard way after the diagnosis of cancer, after breaking my cartilage, after the paralysis. But it was one of those things that really gave me the will to keep moving forward. So where did you cultivate and foster this will to take action?
I mean, I think it started with my parents just telling me that I could do anything I believed that I could do, and just pushed me to do stuff. But then I don't know. Honestly, I think it's probably from my own videos. Like every day, I'm watching or researching some entrepreneur who's done a lot more than me, and it's just a consistent thing in their messaging. Is they just started, they just did, they're going, they're doing something, and so I just adopted the mindset of I gotta hustle, I gotta create, like I gotta take that idea and do something with it, and not being so afraid of failure and judgment every time. So it became to the point where I trained myself, right? So like I get an idea, I gotta do it. I got to do it. It has to happen. It has to happen. Today, it has to happen, or I'm not going to sleep, right? I just developed that mindset that then that's what
over the years.
Yeah, it's been a gradual shift. The more that you're, like whatever you want more of, the more you inject it into your system every day, you'll just become that thing automatically.
Yeah.
It's hard to watch Warren Buffett every day and Tony Robbins every day and Oprah Winfrey every day and then not pick something up and not be more ambitious and not chase down your goals and not, to stop coming up with excuses, right? You just want to go off and do something better.
I remember you would ask me in one of our Thursday groups, how many times had no one shown up at my groups? How many times have I failed at doing what I wanted to do?
Yeah.
So I'm going to turn the question to you.
Yeah.
How many times have you failed at doing what you wanted to do?
Always.
Always.
Everything.
Everything?
Everything's a failure. This interview's a failure.
This interview's a failure? I'm doing my best. I'm going to keep trying.
No, not on you, on me. But on you too, right? Great.
Good to hear.
But I almost, like everything can always be better.
Everything can always be better.
Right? Always. It can always, I could answer it better. I could be better. Always. Right? So, but when you're so used to it, I don't think about it as, oh, I'm failing again, I'm failing again, I'm failing again. You just, when you're always experimenting, you just expect more things not to work out, right? The 1,300 YouTube thumbnail and title experiments that I've done, most of them don't work out. We've got like 137 or something experiments like right now that are happening.
137.
Different experiments on the YouTube channel, just the thumbnails and titles happening right now. That, I mean, most of them aren't going to work. Right? Next. Most things I do don't work.
But when they do work, do you attack them even
Yeah,
more,
oh yeah,
improve
yeah,
on
yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah. Like, give me one thing, just give me a little taste of one thing, and it's over, dude. That then will crush it. Yeah. You just got to find what that little angle is. Most of the time, it doesn't work, but when you find that one little path, then you got to destroy it.
So that's why you take as many avenues as you can to find the one path to build up on.
Yeah, and not putting so much pressure that this has to be the path, right?
So you're not committed to the idea of success in one route, but you're committed to the idea of finding where you can succeed in different avenues. Is that what I'm hearing?
Because micro failures don't lead to macro failure. You just need one micro success that can lead to macro success, right? So every micro failure, great, another failure. So right now, I don't know if you saw my latest thumbnail experiment where we put all 10 rules.
Yeah, the Grant Cardone one?
Yeah.
You showed me that,
I was shocked. It's like 87% better. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
87%?
I reacted to that
It's like such an ugly thing that we tried. It's like, okay, great. Let's test it across. So I'm running 6 more experiments with it. And if that plays out, I'm pumped. Like now I can go back on 5,000 videos and change all my thumbnails and get whether it's 87% or 2% or 100%, right? Awesome.
And would you have thought that would succeed had you not?
No, I wouldn't have picked that.
You wouldn't have.
But it was it was a test, right?
So you'd be surprised at what happens.
But then once you find one thing that can work, you like go all in on it and destroy it. You get leverage.
How do you feel it? How do you have that sense and intuition? Because it's easy for you because you've built up the experience, whereas someone like me personally, I'm still starting. I'm still learning the industry. I'm still learning how to engage. And sometimes feelings like fear, stress, doubt may not be the immediate indication, but it does give a hint. So how can we train ourselves to follow that intuition?
Well, understand that most of the time you won't. Most of the time that you're afraid, you won't even know it.
Right.
You just find a logical reason why not to do it, and so you play small. Great. But when you do catch it, you train yourself, I'm going to do it. Whenever you're afraid, you do it. And the more you act on it, the more you'll catch it the next time. And then you do it again. And you start catching it the next time, and then you do it again, and you do it again. And then you'll know the difference. So, you know, I painted my nails and the airport thing and all that stuff, but Mark Drager recently invited me and Nina to join him at Tough Mudder, which is like this crazy race. It's like, I'm just not interested.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of it. Maybe I make it through, maybe I don't make it through. I'm not afraid of like smashing my face in mud and being carried out. Like, awesome. I'm just not interested in doing it.
Yeah.
And you can tell the difference between genuinely not being interested and finding a reason that's just an excuse because you're afraid, right? If there was a hint of like, ooh, maybe I won't make it, or ooh, maybe I'll embarrass myself, or ooh, maybe I'll fall, then I would have to do it just because.
Right. So that's your non-negotiable principle. You have to challenge whatever has doubt.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Fear, insecurity, doubt, go time.
When you meet people who have that doubt and are just on the edge, they want to try, but they can't bring themselves to do it. How can you coax them into at least taking that step?
Dude, this is the best. And then that's like, what? Like, yeah, the fact that you're afraid is the best. And they don't even, it's just a perspective shift.
So it's not challenging their point of action, but it's more giving them the permission to look at a different perspective.
Yeah, because they actually want to do it.
Sorry.
It's just giving them permission to go off and do it.
There's a lot of newcomers that come to my coaching sessions, my workshops, and they always ask me, how can we learn more English? How can we improve our communication skills? And my simple answer is practice, meet English speakers. Don't just come to my 2-hour workshop and expect once a week, every 2 hours, you're gonna improve. Get more, but they're always like, no, we're more comfortable with you. So it's
but there's
pushing
the thing,
them out.
but you don't want to just do comfortable.
Yeah. So how can I coax them?
No,
to
but that's
challenge?
it. Like that's the conversation.
Yeah.
You don't want comfortable.
You don't want comfortable.
Yeah. What's comfortable? Comfortable is repeating the same thing over and over. You want that? No. Who wants that? Nobody wants that.
It'd be nice, but it's not.
No, it's
effective.
not. But it's not nice. Nobody wants it. People want growth. Nobody wants to live the same day over and over and over and over again. They don't want to be comfortable.
So even people who say, like, I want that cushiony job, I want...
No, you don't.
They don't?
Nope. See, this is it. This is the perspective shift.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to just sit in a cushiony job. You'll be bored. You want it for 2 weeks because you hate your life right now. But it's not what you actually want.
So addressing that to someone who has that perspective, just giving them the...
Well, most people don't have that perspective, but you can gift it to them. And then training them to say, this is the best.
Right.
I love discomfort, right? So keywords, mine are like scary, painful, hard. Like, that's what you want. Let's go time.
It sounds like I'm too soft. All my other fellow teachers say that I'm too gentle and too soft when it comes to encouraging people for action.
Yeah, you're being selfish.
How can I undo that?
You put regret on. Like, if you are not the one to push them, they're going to suffer their entire life.
So up the stakes.
Yeah. This time that you're spending with them matters. you can help them. There's this moment in time where you have them in a really vulnerable position, and whoever helps them or puts a message in their head is going to have a big impact on them. And a lot of people put in the wrong message. Play it safe, play small, don't worry about it. That's scary. Yeah, I'm scared too. I wouldn't do that. Where you might be the only person in their life who's believing in them. Even for people, why are they even here? Maybe they have family back home who doesn't even want them to be here. Lots of reasons to go home. You're the only one who believes in them.
Is it an age gap? For example,
Nope.
if you're working with a 7-year-old
Wow.
to a 30-year-old, how would the action change? How would the dialogue change?
It's still about getting them to do something.
Getting them.
Just like in our exercise yesterday when I walked through the template and he said, well, that's easy. Great. And then we start doing it and it's not so easy. Get them to do something. Give them homework. Get them to do something. Ideally something like right now with you on the spot.
Yeah.
And then see how they feel. Because you're teaching them that they're afraid, they're scared, and then they take action. Whether that's a 7-year-old, we have I don't know how old the daughter is there's a young girl who's here, who's a daughter of one of our members, and we had her come and she was in one of the videos. She said, continue to believe. Simple line, but she's like terrified. And it's like, oh, I did that. Right? More important than to say, yeah, chase your dreams and do something difficult. Like she actually just did something difficult in front of the lights and the cameras.
Give them a challenge to accomplish.
Yeah, some small thing that builds momentum. Like, oh, I did it.
Build that momentum.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. Appreciate it.
I love it, man.
Thank you.
Good work.
If you have a podcast or interview show and want me to be a guest on it, I have 2 options for you. There's a link right there next to me. Go click it, and I look forward to being a guest on your show.